When I told my boys that I was pondering what to ponder on my ponderings, my youngest said, "Ponder about me, coding all day." So I'll start there and we'll see where it goes. I woke up this morning. My son woke me at 8. I will say I was actually up probably about 5 because my IBS troubling me, but for the most part I stayed in bed and I laid down and I relaxed. But at 8, my little guy, even though it was a weekend, woke up because he wanted to get back to coding. He spent a fair amount of yesterday. You see the things I shared. So we went to the park, we went to the river, we flew a drone around for a little while, all that kind of stuff. We've had a lot of fun. But in the spare time, he has been on his Chromebook coding in a language called Scratch. It's an online coding language that is rather detailed. And I am amazed. He's working on a first-person shooter game this morning, and like he woke up at 8, I got up at 9, and he was already finished the basics of his shooter game. Now he's starting to fix it up and make it a little better. Yesterday he did his first, he had a couple of games already where he made a maze, where you go around in the maze and you pick up little items that are left around, try and stay away from the bad guy and all that. And, rudimentary, but really neat. But then yesterday he did sort of a Mario Brothers kind of game where you go up and down and page by page, and sometimes you go off the right page and sometimes the left. And it was a really neat game too. And I'm really surprised. Some people just have a natural knack for understanding the if statements and when and what if and if this then that. He gets that so clearly and so easily. And when he gets bogged down, he just uses Google search and uses YouTube and finds the right thing to do. That's another reason I'm not leaving YouTube. And yes, now that I said this would grow on its own. So now I'm going to ponder a little bit into the YouTube field. I'm not going to leave YouTube. There's now that this demonetization has exploded, and many multi-million following YouTubers are getting affected. I do think that we will see a change. I do think a lot of the advertisers are going to start speaking up and saying, "Whoa, YouTube, what are you doing talking on behalf of me?" A lot of advertisers don't care. When they're advertising new rolling papers, when they're advertising a vape machine, I'm thinking medical, or a new medical implement, or even if they're advertising a new munchie, they want to get to the cannabis people, especially if they're advertising food, and they don't care if they are advertising to a person who leans right politically or leans left politically. What they care about is getting to you through these videos. And I do think that YouTube is speaking for them, not speaking on behalf of them, not for them. They have not given YouTube this voice. YouTube has usurped this voice to say that their audience does not deserve to see certain content. Now, they're doing it under the guise that they are protecting their public from violent and extremely controversial videos, and they try to use things like ISIS and neo-Nazis and white supremacists to say that's what they're doing. It's a good thing. But I keep saying, really? I did a video yesterday called "The Cup is Half Full." Check it out if you haven't already. The Half Full Cup. It's called The Half Full Cup, and it's just to talk about how the world seems to be focused on all the evil that's in the world and not recognizing the good. There's nothing controversial about that statement. There's nothing deep or sad about that statement. It was an uplifting. In fact, my boy, as you can tell in that video, I spun it around, showed that he was reading while I'm doing the video. He was there for the entire video. When I finished that video, he gave me a hug and he said, "Thank you, Dad, for caring about people that you don't even know so much, that you ask them to see that the cup is half full. Thank you for the way you are." So, and then I load it up and I see Google demonetized it. So, yes, I'm still getting to most of the people that watch me. But when Google demonetizes me, they slow my channel down. None of my videos, even the monetized ones, will show up on anybody's recommended. My demonetized ones, if you go search for them, you won't find them. They're doubling down with Google search, and they just strictly don't exist unless you find them another way. So this will likely get demonetized because they're shutting off their not competitors, but their outspoken own customers. I'm a customer of Google. I am their product. They are selling me to people, but they've decided that certain people they just don't care to sell. But I do think this is going to slap them in the face. I think that as time goes on, more and more people will just stop putting their videos that are of that ilk to Google, or better yet, their advertisers are going to start pulling away for other platforms where they can reach a wider audience. Pretty soon, if Google keeps this up, a video in Google will only be read by the liberal side of the world. I don't know any content provider, minus a few, that really want an echo chamber. I have a bee right at me, and I don't like bees. So, my friends, we're saying bye. Peace and cheers. Love and harmony.